It's a wrap. The 2025-2026 season has come to an Buccaneers in and of there is no playoff indications. I do are still on the cards as the Carolina, the Glitter Kitties, the Carolina Pussycats did in fact lose to Seattle, so it all comes down to next week, which is kind of what the NFL wants us to be honest. I'm at a point now where of course I want us to win it. I want us to do what we're supposed to do. But let's face it, we're going to go to the playoffs and get fucking beat. The way we've been playing, unless we're fucking lulling people to fucking sleep with our poor fucking football, we ain't it. This team has been on 3 must-game wins. 4 if you want to go into the... We went Saints, cough that shit up. Went Falcons, cough that shit up. Okay, division's on the fucking line, is starting to really be on the line right now. Carolina Panthers, cough that shit up. Today, win this one, they have to win. It probably will come down to next week. It feels like this Buccaneers team is on fucking autopilot right now. Coach Bowles needs to be gone. I don't care about injuries. I can give what you said about Baker. I can. I personally think he's more injured than he's letting on. However, that's not an excuse. So let me know your thoughts. But and I'm not willing to move on from a quarterback based off out of 3 seasons. One of them's a dud because he wasn't dud in his first 2 seasons. The one with Dave Canales, one with Liam Cohen. What has stayed the same is the head coach, and that head coach has no fucking balls. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Let's go through the quarter. So, Buccaneers, short middle pass, complete to Godwin, 5-yard touchdown, puts us up by 7. Ewers goes deep left, catch me, 63 yards, touchdown by Patterson. Extra point is good, 7 apiece. Patterson 29-yard field goal to put them up by 10. Put them up to 10-7. Touchdown by Ewers, short, complete catch made by Dulig for 11 yards. 17-7. Chase McLaughlin kicks a field goal. The one does go just before the end of the second quarter. Does go awry and does kind of get blocked. Does kind of get blocked out to a point where it can't get returned. It doesn't do any real damage to us, but we essentially is as a miss and a blocked field goal. When you kick field goals that are over the 40-yard mark, 45-yard mark, you've got to low drive them, which means they're more susceptible to being fingertip touched. It's just the way it is. Okay? I'm not mad at it. It's kind of indicative how the Buccaneers are playing. I know that ultimately the Buccaneers lost by a field goal. So I don't want people to be sat there going, well, it was the field goal kicker's fault. No, it wasn't. We were just fucking poor. The amount of guys that we have got to the ball and none of them can finish a tackle. We get a guy and he's gained 3 yards and we're about to put him on the floor. And I'm like, yes, here we go. And then he just shakes them and gains an additional 3 to 4 yards. Tackle work needs to fucking happen. Obviously, clearly, coaching the fucking fundamentals of tackling does not seem to happen in Tampa. I guess not, because the tackling has got poorer and poorer every fucking year. So someone's not coaching tackling. Well, at least that's what it fucking feels like it is to me. We'll get to the offense just right now, Chris Cole. Don't you worry, brother. We'll get to that shit. Don't you worry. Anyway, let's keep going with this. That was in the second quarter. Third quarter, Patterson 31 field goal, makes it 10-20. And then the Buccaneers get chance after fucking chance after fucking chance on offense. Finally, they get a chance, but there's just not enough time on the fucking clock. Boom. Touchdown, Mike Evans. And they onside kick it, and they pick it up. But we should never have been in that position. Let's have a look at the game stats just quickly. Time of possession, Buccaneers dominated. Well, not massively, but by five minutes. First downs, Buccaneers got way more first downs. They just can't do fuck all with first downs. They can get field position, they just can't do fuck all with it. Turnovers were a massive thing. It doesn't matter if you go fucking 60 yards and then throw a fucking pick or cough up a fumble. It doesn't matter because that's scoring opportunity. Every single one of those drives would have walked away. Any one of those drives that the field goal and the interception would have turned into the interception or the fumble would have been turned into a field goal. We might be looking at a potentially different game. Potentially. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying those are the reasons. It's a multitude of fucking reasons. Coaching's part of it. We can't tackle. We're struggling to scheme guys open. We have got what the NFL considers, or most of the NFL bigwigs considered, as one of the better receiving corps in the entire NFL. And we can barely fucking... That's on Baker, and that's on the offensive coordinator. Scheme guys open. Use the double coverage that's being dictated in the game against them by playing someone underneath the double. It's fucking not hard, guys. Like, come on. It irritates me that people in a fucking bar seem to know more about fucking football than the play caller that we fucking got. And I'm sure that's realistically, if you sat down with a dude, I'm sure that that's not the fucking case. But it fucking feels like it to me. We can't run zone to save our fucking lives. Why the fuck are we calling it? Well, you can't play man every day. Yes, you can. Play man as much as you want. You play off press man. You can play deep man. You can play fucking very off man. You can play press man. You can play off press man. You can play standard man. You can play fucking man. You can play hybrid coverages such as two read or palms coverage, as some people call it. There are so many fucking options for you to do different things and occasionally sprinkle in a bit of zone. But can you please not fucking use zone as your third down call because you fucking suck at it? You are not even stopping a fucking nosebleed with that bullshit. And it's downright disrespectful to the talent that you've got. You got a fucking Pro Bowl safety that some people will argue that shouldn't have been on the Pro Bowl roster. But that's irrelevant. You've got a Pro Bowler in Vita Vea. I don't know why Vita Vea is not in the Pro Bowl. Should be constantly. He's the best no tackler in all of fucking football. Clearly, they just go after two free techs. I'm out. I'll still team. I still care. I'll still be watching till next week. But it is getting hard to watch how poor we are. Clearly, that coach does not galvanize that team. Clearly, those guys don't want to play for that coach. I can see it. We don't play hard. We don't play with passion. We just feel like we're as passive as Bowles is in a post game in his demeanor. Well, we made them play it. I get the patience. I get it. But at the same time, sometimes you got to stand on the fucking neck and go, "Not today, motherfucker. I'm having you." You've all seen the fight between on Netflix between AJ and the fucking problem child, right? Eventually, AJ got sick of being fucking patient and I'm having this. And he fucking ended it. Done. Sometimes You just fucking got to take matters into your own fucking hands and stop waiting for the game to come to you. Because that's how the Buccaneers play. The Buccaneers play right now. They play not to lose, and they play to go through the motions, and they play not to get beaten. So they try to keep everything in front of them, and when they meet elite talent, they struggle with that because if you're going to play passive, we'll fucking have you. Like, if you're going to run away, I'll take what I can get. Fine. I'll take that 5. I'll take that 5. I'll take that 5. Look, I got a touchdown. At some point, you've got to say no fucking more. And I get that you don't have the horses bowls. I get it. You've got an aged Levante David, and you've got a Sebastian Dennis who's been questionable for fucking since he got here. He showed glimmers of talent, but it's never came to anything. And I'm not complaining about the pick of Emeka because I do like the guy, but we're all expecting linebacker. We're all expecting pass rusher. There are linebackers that would have been drafted in that play who have gone on to have a very good season this year. Now, I don't know how much the Buccaneers would suck if that would have done it because it's a different team. But the picks are picks. So my biggest thing to hear is Jason Light. If a wide receiver comes up, sitting there at whatever you're picking, fucking pick defense. Because your defense is a fucking shambles. It's a fucking joke. Get me a fucking linebacker and get me a pass rusher. You're going to probably need 2 linebackers. I need 1 pass rusher. Where you're going to make a trade, kiss ass, do something. It's got to be pass rusher is probably going to be a good free agent. You can get away with getting a guy in the second round, a solid first rounder and a second rounder at linebacker. So I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Tackling has been bad for a while, 100%. One more game to get right. I don't have any confidence. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. The team has the most inept offensive scheme in the NFL. Grizzard is over his head. They never run slants, and they don't run slants, and they barely run outs. Everything's some sort of fucking 8 to 10 yards something. There's no snap. Where's the snappy routes? We'll keep going. DBs constantly get lost in zone, but TB keeps running it. The whole world of us have watched him play 2 corners at fucking 10 yards off on 3rd and 8. I'm thinking, what are you defending right now? Like, if it's fucking 3rd and 15, I get you. You got their heels on the down marker going, they'll throw it underneath. No, I don't need to throw it underneath. What I need to do is throw it so tight that when they catch it, they just got to fall over. Or they're going to catch it at an angle where they just fall over and they're going to get a fucking first down. Or I'm going to put in something that's going to move your defender so when the guy catches the ball, he can work up the field. This passive fucking soft-ass zone that we call is being picked apart by every dog shit quarterback. Who the fuck is Ewers? Literally everyone we've gone against has picked it apart. We have made Tyler Shook look like he was fucking legit. Shook wasn't Shook. It's a fucking coverage that anybody with any brain can pick apart. It's so elementary in its play design. It's so elementarily fucking ran. Like, it's shitty spot drop soft ass coverage. That's how it looks on film. The pickups are poor. The changes are poor. The crosses are poor. Everything is poor. It is just work to a landmark and sit there while you're 10 yards, 8 yards off a guy. I'll take the fucking slants all day long on that. I catch a 5-yard slant. By the time I've gained 3 steps, I've already got a first down. Or I'm close to. So you do that on 3rd and 8, I'm probably going to get it. There is zero disruption in the passing. Here's the next comment. This toilet bowls defense has got manhandled again by a D3 offense with a rookie QB again. 100%. Slick Baker is a fake brother. He has been reverted to the journeyman QB. He has lost poise in the pocket and he plays scared. You have to go. I have another direction. You have to go in another direction. I'm not willing to sell my horses on that. The only difference is Baker's in a contract year, so that makes it difficult. I don't know who's out there that who have you got, James? Who you genuinely believe that can come in and replace him? I'm not willing to throw out a quarterback on one bad year yet. That's the only bit about me that I'm not about. I also think he's more injured than we think. I've heard reports that he has got some fucking separation issues in his shoulders. I've heard he's got problems with his knee. He's got shit that a lot of people would have fucking like thrown in the towel on. And Baker's a tough dude and he won't fucking say that. And if that is the case, and what I'm hearing is true, then I'm willing to give him another shot. I'm not willing to throw it away based on a couple of games on a half a season's performance. But I get your frustration with it. And if that's how you feel, fair enough, man. I mean, no one can tell a fan how to be a fan, right? If you think Baker's all that, cool. If you think Baker's not all that, that's fine because you're a fan. Just remember that people are going to talk you off the ledge and people are going to, say you're wrong and some people are going to say you're right. And that's absolutely fine. That's what football's all about. No one's always right. There's a million different coverages you can call. There's a million different offensive plays you can call. Not every single one of them will work. You can take a championship defense, buy its blueprint, apply it to your team, and it does not mean you're going to win a fucking championship. Because that's not how football works. It doesn't. The Jimmys and Joes have always been the most important part, but sometimes the scheme can let the players down, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing good talent being put in precarious positions by a coach who's scared to fucking go for the jugular. I haven't seen Coach Bowles be aggressive for about a month now, if not 2. I'm just not seeing it. When Aarons was the coach, he was aggressive. Now, don't get me wrong, it's easy to be aggressive when you got Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, William Goulston, Shaq Barrett, and JPP on your team when they were still in fucking good form, right? But this is why you have drafts. This is why you have free agency. Address those fucking issues. Yaya Diaby's still good. I'm not willing to sell him out yet, but you need someone to complement him, and you thought it was going to be Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick is a fucking fraud. He's done. We were all hoping he was just a disgruntled employee at the Jets, and when he gets his chance to be on a legit defense, he'll be fine. Nah, man. He's done. Bucs haven't had a pass rush in 4 years. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, to be honest. Yeah, probably. I think the last good year was probably 2000, maybe 2022. Maybe. I'd have to go and look at the stats on it. I don't want to go and do that now, but I see where you're coming from. It kind of feels that way. Definitely 3 years. And I just want to reiterate to this: any Bowles apologists. First season, 8-9. Second season, 9-8. Third season, 10 wins, 10-7. This year, maximum he can get is an 8-9 finish. I had this team with the talent that it had. I was expecting 11 wins minimum. You're under par on my books, and I'm nobody. I'm just a guy who loves football, coaches a team, has won a championship here and there, rings in the post. And I'm not saying I know everything. I really don't think I know everything. I don't. But what I am seeing is crap. And I'm calling out crap. Because it used to be good. And if it's talent, you need to go fucking tool up and stop getting fucking wide receivers. You did not need to go and get 2 cornerbacks. You didn't need to do it. You could have got linebackers. You could have got pass rushers. Genuinely. We're here going, oh, well, they're retooling the defensive backfield. It doesn't matter how good the defensive backfield is. If you're going to stand a DB 9 yards off from the line of fucking scrimmage, there's no coverage that he's putting on a wide receiver that's going to allow a pass rusher to get home. See, what a lot of people don't realize is the pass rush and the coverage are married to each other. Elite pass rush allows DBs reduces the amount of time that a DB needs to effectively cover. That means the quarterback is such under duress, he has to throw the ball quickly, which means you only have to cover for a set amount of time. When your quarterback has all day to fucking throw, it doesn't matter how good the DB is. Eventually, someone somewhere will get open because your pass rush isn't putting any pressure on him to make any bad decisions, which means your corners, your coverage guys have to stay locked in and locked on coverage for a much longer period of time, which means balls get thrown to wide open guys occasionally. Now you can make that even worse. Stand them off fucking 10 yards. Now they've got, before they even cover anybody, 2 or 3 seconds have already gone off the clock. So if you start running a super quick game, your pass rush will do nothing. Marry that with a bit of shitty fucking off fucking zone, soft ass zone, and send people blitzing through the middle. Your middle of the field is wide the fuck open. So what are you going to do? I'm just going to run fucking crossers. I'm going to run drag routes. I'm going to run in-breaking routes. I'm going to run slants in that middle of the fucking field. And that's why tight ends have feasted on our D. That is why dump-off work. Because we got guys just defending space. Which scheme? The scheme itself is okay, but it's the play calling. If it's on defense, I'm not seeing anything anymore. I honestly, I mean that. As nice as I can be, I'm not seeing anything. And I know my partner, AJ Turner, who will join me tomorrow. I see what you mean, man. I see what you mean. Yeah. So there's moments where they do good things. I get you. I've not seen the book, so I couldn't tell you, but it had moments where it worked, because obviously it worked all fucking the beginning of the season. It did. That playbook looked solid at the beginning of the season, and now all of a sudden you may as well throw it in the trash. So to a degree, it's play calling. I would imagine Grizzard didn't change too much. That was the whole point of probably keeping him, was his offensive. The offensive playbook wouldn't change too much. And it's gone through 3 iterations. The Dave Canales playbook. Then it got altered to a degree. I heard, and I don't know, that Liam Cohen didn't change a massive amount. He just refined what was there. And now you have another guy who's supposedly put his little thumbprint on it, and his thumbprint's not done shit. And it's, play calling to a degree. I'm not saying the injuries haven't had an effect, but let's go through some of these. So the Buccaneers got 327 passing yards to their 153. I would expect at least 2 passing touchdowns. Rushing 53. Yeah, we got 2 passing touchdowns. Okay. 53 rushing yards to their 145. So this team used to be built on stopping the run. Guys, we're not stopping the run anymore. The days of us being people sub 100, they're gone. We just don't have the teeth. Kalijah Kancey is a big part. Kalijah Kancey missing is a big part of that. Genuinely. Logan Halls, I don't know. He's okay. Vita Vea, solid. Reddick, I don't rate. And I think Nelson's a better pass rusher than he is at stopping the run. That doesn't mean I think he's elite pass rusher. I just think he's better at pass rushing than he is at stopping the run. You got an aged Levante David, and you got Savassier Dennis, who's just not that good. There you go. That's why you can't stop the run. Schematically, it's probably still fine because that hasn't changed, right? Schematically, that hasn't changed. What has changed is if you bounce the ball out wide, then guess what? Now, because you've backed the corner off so fucking far, the corner's got to come down and work really hard to beat fucking a block because you've given up so much yardage. So if your force defender can't do what he's supposed to do and push that ball back inside, hence force the ball back inside, now your secondary force, being your cornerback, now has to have all the fucking work to fucking push that ball back inside or take the tackle on. And you've just put him at 10. By the time he realizes it's run, because he's a pass-first defender, or he fucking should be. If he's not, I got fucking questions to ask. He's a pass-first defender, which means he should go into a back pedal first. His first few steps is all about the pass. Come down and play that. He ain't meeting that ball carrier to at least 5 yards minimum. So that's a 5-yard pickup. 5-yard pickup, 5 yards. You win a game with a fucking 5-yard pickup. Trust me. Penalties, Buccaneers only had 5. They had 10. It's quite a clean game in that sense. Total plays, 63 to the 63 by the Bucs and 54. So the Buccaneers had opportunities to make plays, but we committed turnovers that killed us. And that is on Baker. All of them are on Baker. And that's the bottom line. Baker's been poor as well. Right. Let's have a little look. Baker goes for 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 INTs, completes 33 of his 44, and gets, and let's face it, most of that was that fourth quarter, right? When we're playing desperate. The Buccaneers abandoned the run pretty quick because they only ran the ball a total of 13 times. I don't include Baker's scrambles. Buccaneers averaged quite well. Bucky did not have a great day. Receiving wise, Jalen McMillan with 100, Chris Godwin with 114, Chris Godwin with 108 and a touchdown, Mike Evans with 31 and a touchdown. K. Dotton 33, Bucky Irvin 14, Tez Johnson with 19, Emeka Ibuka with 20. There's a lot of shit to sort out, trust me. 2 sacks on the day, 1 by Logan Hall and 1 by Yaya Diaby. Lead tackler was Antoine Winfield with 7. Jacob Parrish comes in a close second. And Savassier Dennis with 7 also, and then Jacob Parrish with 5. Guys, this is not it. Something has to change. Now, I know a lot of talk has been about Liam Cohen left and he's gone to go to the Jacksonville Jaguars and having a great season. I believe they've won 12 games. Should the Buccaneers have stuck with Todd Bowles or fired Todd to go and bring in this other guy? Well, here's the thing. The Buccaneers were in the understanding, and this is the problem with this whole thing, the Buccaneers were on the understanding that he was going to be their offensive coordinator for another year. So you can't say, well, they should have done this. Well, no, they had an agreement in principle verbally from him that he was going to be the highest paid offensive coordinator in all of football. And he was like, yeah, I'm for it. And then he sneaks off and does an interview and gets the job at Jacksonville. As dodgy as that was, it is what it is. So the Buccaneers weren't looking at him as a head coach because he'd already said, if he turned around and went, well, guys, I'll tell you what, Jacksonville want me. And I don't really want to go there as their head coach. I'd rather be here. So, do you want to make me the head coach? If not, I'll go there. But he didn't. He agreed to he agreed to be the highest paid offensive coordinator in all of football and then bailed. And that is the problem. So everyone turned around and well, the Buccaneers made a bad mistake. They did, but that's hindsight. The Buccaneers already had an agreement with him that he was going to stay to be their offensive coordinator. So why would they turn around and go, well, we got this guy that we like. They did like Todd Bowles. Let's be honest. They did like Todd Bowles. They liked Todd Bowles. A lot of people, if you speak to Buccaneers players, they liked Todd Bowles. I'm not sure about that this year. Last year, I'd definitely say there were people who loved Todd Bowles. 100%. This year, not so much. It gives me I get the vibe that that's not the case. So you can't have that thing was like, oh, the Buccaneers should have fired Todd Bowles to bring Liam Cohen as their head coach. Or if the guy you are thinking you might make a decent head coach is happy to stay as your offensive coordinator, then won't you do that? Because then you get another year in the looking glass. See, this is what people don't see. You get him for a second year, and he does the same. He replicates the same thing. He's galvanizing the players. He is that dude. All of a sudden, when it comes up, and he's like, look, guys, I want to start looking to be a head coach now. I've had 2 years of success. I want to go and do that. Then they go, can't keep him for another year. Do we need to pull the trigger? But he'd already agreed. So that conversation of him becoming their head coach never happened because it never needed to because he'd already agreed to something else. But on that note, guys, if you like the content, if you enjoy what we do, want to come on the show and discuss football with us, Mondays, the Aftermath. This is our big one. This is the premiere show. Bucs Report, the Aftermath. You can catch it on Apple Music, Spotify, I believe it's on Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. But if you want to get the faces, you don't want to see this, trust me. You already are, unfortunately. YouTube, we're all about that shit. Come on the show, comment. We don't get as much. I get more comments on my post-game show than I do on the actual flagship show. Come along, get involved, talk your shit. It don't matter if you're wrong. It don't matter if you're right. It's a therapy for Bucs fans to get it out of the open. And then one more thing. I have a tradition. Every time I change a jersey, every time we lose, I have the big mic. And now, Big Mike's gone. It's Leroy Salmon next week. Leroy Salmon, bring it back to the old. Finish the season strong. Hopefully we can get the win. Hopefully we win our 5th division title and be the only team in NFC South history to win 5 division championships. Back to back to back to back to back. But even then, I want to see change because I am not happy with the way my Buccaneers are playing right now. I don't want us to go quietly into the night and slip back into being that fucking 6-win team, that 4-win team, that 2-win team. I want us to strive for better and be fucking better. If the Buccaneers miss the postseason and they don't fire Todd Bowles, I will personally be shocked because you get the opportunity to pick out of all of the coaches that are available because you're not worrying about playoff games. You're not. Now you're in a position to go and make a call. Now you're in a position to do your interviews early. You go to the playoffs, those conversations get delayed. They get delayed and they get delayed unless you do them in secret. And let's face it, Adam Schefter and all those guys will fucking know. So you can't really get away with it. But on that note, guys, come check out the flagship show, and that's me done for the day. I will be commiserating because the Buccaneers let me down. I'm not going to have a Victory Monday, but I will do a bit of drinking, some thinking, and I will be hoping that the Glazers go, this ain't our guy, and make some decisions going forward. I'm not saying clean the fucking house, but there's got to be some sort of cleaning. Someone needs to be surgical here. Get rid of the rot, start from scratch, and build again. Thanks, guys. Bucs on me, Bucs on free. 1, 2, 3. Go Bucs!